Hey guys, so I just got back from seeing Transformers: Age of Ultron, Age of Ultron, Age of Age of Extinction, and so like just like non-spoilery stuff like that. I'm gonna do a quick review. Um, it was definitely really good. Off the bat, I give it an 8 out of 10, and definitely recommend going to see it because it was your typical just your typical Transformers movie. Full of action. 3 hours, like 2 hours and 46 minutes long. Um, I mean, it was really interesting. Cool idea. Definitely the ending, the ending is definitely great. Uh, Trying not to spoil it for a little bit there. Um, it was definitely like a great movie. There was a lot of parts in the movie where you were just like, I was just like, really, did they survive that? Really, there's no way that they would have survived that. Like, it doesn't make sense. But there's a lot of things like that in all the Transformers movie where there's just like, there's no way that worked or something like that. That they survived that or something like that. Um, and they kind of like there's all the humans are different, and all the except all the robots. The robots are the same. Are some new ones, but most of them are all original and stuff. Um, you know, so okay, now the spoilery parts they're gonna start from here. I can't. So I definitely recommend going to see it just because it's just good action. It's just, it's a fun movie to go see. That's why I kind of give it an 8. Because it's just fun to see. There's just non-stop action. That's all it really was. It was just great action flick, stuff like that. And I mean, you're watching robot aliens type of thing. So, you know, um, but now getting on to the spoilery review. There were a lot of parts there were a lot of parts, where the good part about this is there was no part in a lot of the Transformers. It was just there's also Octopus. Like Octopus leaves for like 10 minutes, or like 10 minutes of movie time, which is like an hour in movie time or whatever, and then all of a sudden he's back. This time it was all explained the reason why he was not in the main battle, where he was, why he was gone for a little bit. Definitely, which I like that idea was definitely interesting. Spoiler, really, the ending is definitely. Now I didn't stay till after the credits, so I don't know if there's a hidden scene or not, but you can just check that out if there's Google it, or if not, if there is one, because I did see a late showing. And so the ending definitely is interesting to see. Why. The only thing is, spoiler alert with the ending. He's leaving because there's a bounty on his head and stuff like that. But I don't understand still. I don't understand why the rest of the Autobots don't, go with him, to help him on his journey. Because some of them even say, yeah, that a good thing, like the good, almost like a good way to avenge him would be to die for him, and die in his honor or something like that. So I just don't understand why they wouldn't go with him and stuff like that. The whole Mark Wahlberg's and his characters and the stuff like that, the human parts of it was definitely like the story was like, oh, just another, like the typical, boyfriend trying to get, the separated father, lone father, get his approval and stuff like that, and all that stuff. So that was just, a lot of that was like, even the boyfriend in this whole story was just like useless. He was only good for driving and stuff like that, which anyone could have, which it makes sense instead of just having a random, person. Oh, how does this person able to drive so well? Now they actually have a reason why, the car chases were so good because, this one character is only good for the driving sequences. Um, you know, um, there's that, and then the Kelsey Grammer, the main bad guy, the bad guy, human there, who is also mainly known as Beast from the X-Men. There, the older Beast. So he was pretty good in this movie as a bad guy. He was definitely really interesting and stuff. Really good. Excuse me. Definitely really good and stuff like that. I still don't understand, like, Bumblebee still can't talk and stuff like that. But and there was a few times, like, at the beginning of the movie, you see Optimus into this old car, and even Bumblebee is not even his original, not in his original form, not his yellow car form, like a black with a little bit of yellow. Um, and then they have to scan the cars to be able to change it, and Bumblebee scans the exact same cars he scanned in like the first movie, but Optimus Prime there, all he does is scan a modern truck, not same colors or anything like that, and it just does it. So I don't really get why do they have to rescan everything. It's not like they're rebooting them, but it's just the same voices. It's the same story. It's just it's been a long time since the last one, and stuff is like stuff has happened, but why do they need to rescan? They already have it in memory. The whole idea. So that was just one thing. Um, the dinosaurs in there were definitely pretty cool. I thought it was going to be more evolved around them, but it wasn't. So that was definitely interesting. Less of a Megatron story. So I definitely can't wait to see the next one. Building on the idea of that less humans in it and no humans, because the human story in this was just like stupid. It was just your average human story. Disaster, and while boyfriend tries to get father's approval and overly caring father. It was just there was just nothing special about. I mean, made you care for the characters and stuff like that, but there was just a typical story, like human story in every action movie and every, there was just nothing really. It wasn't really like there wasn't. It was just your typical story. I don't know if you're trying to get that across. It was just nothing. You just happen to fall around it, which I understand. Like it's gonna happen. There's like almost no way around something like that. But it's definitely interesting to see. And now another movie where there's no humans in it, no main character humans, where you bring in the main character humans, but just let them kill them off right away. Um, you know, or make them more important to the story, like ish. I mean, really all it was is just Mark Wahlberg's. He found Optimus and he's trying to save his daughter the whole time. That's it. He was basically not really, I guess, useful as to it. I mean, they were trying, and he did call the main guy and have him, not set off the seed and stuff. But without him, any of the Optimus Prime could have easily have just hacked into the phone line and called his cell phone. Or any of those guys could have done that. Or just found him physically and just don't let it off or something like that instead of having to have Mark Wahlberg call. But it was definitely interesting though that they gave him a gun, actually to use it and stuff like that. Surprising that it was definitely interesting, like the way they found it. It's like a small dagger, which is even for the smallest, even for the smaller robots, that would be for the small ones, they would have been way too big of a gun. But for this, like seemed like there would have been no, at least that we saw. Maybe there probably are some out there that wouldn't have fit that sword or small machete or whatever it would be called. But it's definitely interesting though that he had the gun, and so yeah. So I recommend. There's a lot of nitpicks in here, but it was at the end of the day, it was still a fun movie, and I had fun, and I'd recommend watch it just for a great action movie, because it's just non-stop action the entire time. Yeah, so that's it. So I gotta go and get to bed. I'm gonna get up in the morning. So yeah, good night. Peace out.